We are the Comic Cousins, and today we bring you the first issue of the What If mini-series titled Spiderman's Shadow. It tells us that what would have happened if Peter Parker had kept the symbiote and become Venom himself. Now, let's jump into this What If mini-series and see what happened. Before we dive into the video, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the bell icon to get notified whenever we post a video on our channel. In the first page, we see that Peter is having a nightmare where Peter is running and the symbiote is chasing him. And we see that Black Cat, MJ, Aunt May and Gwen Stacy are saying, "Your best? Is that really true? If it's true, then why did so many people you love died?" Peter then wakes up in a panic and says that "I'm doing my best." Then he gets up from his bed saying that the nightmares keep getting worse and that things have been stressful. But when aren't they? Aunt May isn't talking to me since I dropped out of school. I have been messing things up with MJ and Black Cat. No chance of going back to sleep. Now, May as well get some fresh air and shake this off. Then he puts on the symbiote and starts web slinging through the city and says to himself, "The only thing easy in my life lately has been this suit. Alien material that doesn't need laundering after a night out fighting bad guys, unlimited webbing and response to my thoughts. It can even mimic other clothing. Man, part of me misses my classic look." And we can see the symbiote changing and mimicking Spider-Man's classic costume. Then at the same moment, we see that someone is screaming for help, and Spider-Man there finds two burglars trying to steal a purse from an old lady. After saving the old lady, Spider-Man slings away saying, "I wish I didn't feel too tired all the time. I guess I should cut this short and try to get some sleep." But the symbiote says no, to which Peter says, "What was that?" In the next part, we see Peter in his apartment having another nightmare with Ghost Rider asking, "Who are you? The spider?" Or then we see MJ is trying to wake up Peter. Peter, being startled, knocks Mary Jane with his hand, where she says that, "Peter, it's me, it's MJ, what the hell?" To which Peter tells, "Oh my god MJ, I'm sorry, I have been having these nightmares." And then MJ says, "It's fine, it's actually why I am here. I am sorry, I worked out the other day. Knowing you are Spider-Man has been heartbeat. It's hard accepting you have been this dangerous double life with situations and people I can't even get my head around. I wanted to run from it, but I am your friend and I can see you are unraveling." To which Peter says, "I am fine." She tells him, You are not sleeping. You are darker. Even this new look of yours, it doesn't feel like you." Then she picks up the suit and asks him, "What is this thing made out of?" He tells her, "It's not from around here." Then after exchanging some blows with Hobgoblin, Spider-Man tosses a card at him. Spider-Man then goes near him and says, "I'm tired of this, tired of you." Hobgoblin questions, "Bad day, Spider-Man?" To which Spider-Man replies, "A lot of them, frankly." The symbiote says Peter to kill Hobgoblin, to which Peter responds, "No, but this is done." And removing Hobgoblin's mask and revealing his identity to be Roderick Kingsley. Peter says, "Kingsley, so you have decided to go all in and be a supervillain?" He replies, "I just wanted power." Spider-Man interrupts him by punching him and saying, "You hurt people, terrorize them for more power?" The symbiote tells Peter to scare him. In reply, Peter says to Hobgoblin that, "You don't know power, Kingsley. I am power. If you go to prison, you will just be back out in no time like the rest. So spread the word, Hobgoblin. Spider-Man is playing for keeps now." After that, then Spidey meets with Black Cat on a rooftop to spend some romantic time. Black Cat realizes something is bothering Spider-Man, and then he tells her, "I fought with Hobgoblin and I heard him, and told him to spread the word that I'm not to be messed with." She says, "Sounds good to me. Maybe scaring them will keep them from coming back over and over again." Spidey replies that, "Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. It's just not what I would normally do, but what I normally do isn't working." Then after spending some more good time with Black Cat, he goes to Reed Richards. On the next page, we can see that Spider-Man enters Reed's lab, where we can see that Johnny Storm, aka Human Torch, is present along with Reed Richards. We can see that Spider-Man is telling that he couldn't sleep well and he feels tired all the time. But he then tells that he feels stronger after wearing the suit, to which Reed says, "Let's do some tests and see what we can find." Reed Richards, after running some tests, tells Spider-Man, "Your suit reacts to thoughts and you are also reacting to the suit's thoughts. It appears to be bonding to you physically and mentally. It's not advanced material, it's more of a symbiote, a sentient being." Peter, then surprised, says, "Wait, it's alive? I guess that makes sense now. It makes me stronger, so I must help it somehow." Reed then says, "I would suggest you remove it immediately so I can keep it here for further examination." Peter then asks, "Is that really necessary?" Reed replies, "Yes, we don't know the damage the symbiote could be doing to you, Peter." Peter says, "This thing is alive, it has a right to make choices, just as I do, and it chooses to be with me, and I choose to be with it. We are helping each other. I could feel it. It should not be kept in a prison here." Reed then tells, "You don't know what it's doing." Peter then tells, "It's not a science project for you to poke with a stick. It's a living thing, and I wanted to know more about this suit, and now I do. Thanks." So he web slings away. Peter then heads to Aunt May's apartment and tells himself, "I know Reed and Johnny were trying to help, and I'm sure they are planning ways to save me now. But I don't need a scientist. I need some rest." As he knocks on Aunt May's door and says, "I'm sorry. I know it's late, but I was in the neighborhood." As we see Hobgoblin watching it from a tree nearby. Then inside, we see that Peter and Aunt May sit down over tea and apologize to one another for the recent differences. As Aunt May was mad at Peter for dropping out of school as she thinks he has so much potential, but once they make up, Peter's spider senses goes off, and on the next page, we see a huge explosion destroy the wall of the kitchen with Hobgoblin flying through, ready to attack. Peter then just suits up and punches Goblin out of the kitchen into the street. Hobgoblin then tells Spider-Man, "You started this, unmasking me, threatening me. You ruined the game, Spider-Man." But Spider-Man just says, "Shut up." While kicking him through a light pole, Hobgoblin then says, "Hurts when it hits home, doesn't it?" Spider-Man then just lifts Hobgoblin by the shirt, saying, "Hurts. You don't know hurt." But Spider-Man then realizes that he has left Aunt May inside of the apartment that's on fire. But by the time he realizes this, it was already too late. She was gone as the fire sets off another explosion inside the apartment. The symbiote then tells Peter that, "I'm sorry, we are sorry, he did this." Peter then just looks at Hobgoblin, who's walking off, saying he did this. As the symbiote costume starts changing to look more like Venom, Peter whips up Hobgoblin as he was walking away, badly hurt. Hobgoblin then tells him, "You started it." Spider-Man then replies, "No, but I will finish it," as he grabs Hobgoblin's head, snapping his neck and killing him, while saying to himself, "Whatever I do, people get hurt, people die, but I can stop it now. I have the power. It's time to use it." And that's the end of the issue 1 of the What If miniseries Spider-Man Shadow. So this is all for today, guys. If you liked the video, then hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video and subscribe to our channel for more awesome content like this and to stay updated. So stay safe, stay curious and stay nerdy. We will meet you in the next video.